Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Still the morning time. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Get on in here. Get on in here. Let's go. Wake up. Oh, is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Oh, damn. Man, every day feels like a Monday. Sometimes every day feels like a Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like 60% of the time, it works every time. But anyway, hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits, because another day above the dirt is always a blessing. We got some breaking news for you guys, and I think you guys will be very interested to hear this. So get your butts, get your tookuses in this mother lover, because we have got to talk about some things. Yes. But before we go into that, is he caught? Is the man caught? Like, I don't know if you guys are getting your alerts, your notifications. So I'm curious. I'm like, dang. I'm like, yo, where is everybody? So get your butts all up in this mother lover, because we got some things to talk about. We got some breaking news. Breaking news. And in fact, if this is true, this guy didn't get very far from New York. He didn't get very far. Not at all. And there's a lot being said here that, yeah, I think this is the guy. But I'm just shooting from the hip. And that's not good for this one. I shouldn't have said that. But you know what I mean, okay? I'm just taking a shot in the dark. Can't say that either. But you know what I mean, okay? We got some things to talk about it. So do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Get in here. Wake up. Wake your ass up. All right? Hit that like button down below, please and thank you. All right? Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'll be amazing. Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe to that secondary channel. Make sure you are hitting that follow button if you're watching on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble. I'm on all of those platforms streaming live right now, okay? On a majority of them right now as we speak. So make sure you are following on all those platforms. Don't forget, hit that join button down below if you're watching here on the main channel. Become a member. Support the channel if you can. Check out my Patreon and my locals. Also, don't forget, check out pascalmerch.com. We got some really great stuff, especially some holiday stuff. You know, we're nearing the end of that. Yeah, we're nearing the end of that sale type stuff for the holiday stuff before it gets too late to send it out to you. So please, if you're going to get it, go get it now while supplies last. Okay? So pascalmerch.com. And of course, I got that GoFundMe. The link is down below. I'll make sure it's pinned to the top of the chat as well. Okay, check it out. I got a holiday special that I'm putting together right now as we speak. It's going together beautifully. It's a wonderful thing, and I cannot wait to share with you guys later on this month. So go support if you can. I know some of you guys have been starting to slowly trickle in there, and I appreciate that. Really, seriously, it means the world to me. And don't worry, this background is going to be as Christmased out as you ever think. You can never think. If you know last year, what it looked like last year, you about to see the same thing almost again. All right here. So I just need more time. It's been a busy couple weeks. All right. So anyway, we got to get into some things, guys. We got to get into some things. We got a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to look into. There's a lot to discuss. And here's the thing. Breaking news right now as we speak. A suspect has been detained. Yes. Okay. Police are interrogating a man right now as we speak because he had a similar a similar weapon that was used to take the life of CEO Brian Thompson, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, and apparently this guy also had a fake ID, a fake New Jersey ID on his person as well. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that there aren't other people walking around with that specific type of weapon and a fake New Jersey ID, but I'm just saying, doesn't that seem a little bit too on the nose? There are some theories here that I'm going to play for you guys and talk to you guys about here in a second. But if this is true, or talk to you guys about here in a second, these theories, not play, talk to you guys about these. Now, there is a possibility that they may have the wrong person. That's a possibility. Anything's possible. Okay, a broken clock can be right 2 times a day. That's true, if you really think about it. But this seems a little bit too on the nose. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Brian Thompson, he was the CEO of United Healthcare. He was walking out of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan early one morning when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this assailant comes out with a weapon with a suppressor on it and unalived him in broad freaking daylight, bright and early in the morning, around 6:47-ish in the morning, taking this man's life. He was hit, from what I understand, 3 times, but that's the thing. They say 3, then we hear 2, we hear 3, we hear 2. Sounds like to me he got hit 3 times, and he lost his life. He was pronounced deceased when he was brought into a hospital. It's pretty devastating. It's pretty bad. Of course, some corners of the world have been very excited about this. Yes, and we've already talked about this ad nauseum. I get it. Healthcare sucks. All right? Health insurance is bull. It is one big ass scam. Okay? We already know this. We all have somebody that we love that has been denied or bamboozled by health insurance. But still, no matter what, violence should never be the answer to a very big problem. Just saying that right now. Just saying that out loud. There have been look-alike contests, literally look-alike contests. We've already talked about this. We've already went through this. And then, of course, people who are on TikTok that are just, and other social media platforms that are just applauding this situation. Literally going, yes! Calling him, he has now been called, if I remember correctly, so I learned about this earlier yesterday after our show, talking about this, that he has been donned the name The Adjuster. Yeah. Like he's a doggone Batman villain. Real talk. The Adjuster. Yeah. He's sitting there, I'm sure. He's got a phone. I'm sure he's checking out social media. I'm sure he's seeing how much praise he's getting. It's insane to me. I'm just going to say that. That's just absolutely insane to me. Okay? It's insane. But police have been saying, hey, okay, mainly Mayor Eric Adams said, we got the name. We have a name to the man. We know exactly who he is. We can't disclose that information because if we let you guys know, he'll know we're hot on his tracks. So we're not going to say a damn thing. Now, of course, they've been, even myself, I'm going, is Eric Adams and police just saying that just to save face, to look like they're getting on top of this? Or no? Well, they may be telling the truth. Because of this new news that just popped off, a man has been brought in and is being questioned in Pennsylvania over a similar weapon that he had on his person, okay, that was used, similar weapon that was used in the unaliving of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. There's more, too. It's not just the pew-pew, because there's plenty of people, I'm sure, plenty of people out here that walk around. I don't know if they walk around with that particular weapon in their possession, but there's more to this. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it right now. And we might take a little trip down memory lane, like jump backwards and then, But we're going to look at this right now. Let's take a look at this. The person drawing the interest of investigators in Altoona was found with a weapon similar to the one used to unalive Brian Thompson, 2 law enforcement sources told NBC News. So, don't know why I did not have relations with that woman. I don't know why he's in there. But anyway, authorities are questioning a man in central Pennsylvania. He didn't get very far, guys. If this is the guy, he didn't get very far. Just so you know. Questioning a man in central Pennsylvania in connection to the slaying of Brian Thompson. Of course, this is what they're saying as of today. This is all breaking news. The man in Altoona drew the attention of investigators in part because he was found with a weapon similar to the one used in last Wednesday's unaliving, this tragedy. 2 sources familiar with the matter told NBC News. The person being questioned was at a McDonald's where customers thought he looked suspicious and called police. 3 law enforcement sources said. He was found also. This is also very important. So he was found with a similar pew-pew. But then on top of that, he was found to have a fake New Jersey ID. Oh, let's not forget the pew-pew that was similar to what took out Brian Thompson and a silencer. Oh, I'm going to hit the button again because... Now, here's the thing, guys. Let me just, before we continue on, just those 3 pieces of information alone, let me explain something to you guys. Allegedly, he used a fake ID to get into that hostel in New York City. He stayed in New York City for about 10 days, plotting his attack, putting everything together and doing what he needed to do. And then he exacted what he needed to exact, right? Then he jumped on a bike, rode through some of Central Park, hopped off the bike, got into a taxi, went to Port Authority, got onto a Greyhound bus, and kicked rocks. He was long gone from New York City, but they were able to find this man in Pennsylvania with a similar pew-pew, similar weapon, with a silencer, suppressor, whatever you want to call it, and a New Jersey fake ID. Need I say more? I mean, obviously, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, yeah, this is definitely him, but it's damn near close. I think it's safe to say, and I think it's fair enough for the police to interrogate this man. Don't you think? I mean, think about it for a second. He's got a pew-pew on his body. He's got a pew-pew on his person. Same one, very closely matching what was used in the tragedy, with the silencer on his body and a fake New Jersey ID that's allegedly was used, a fake New Jersey ID that was used to register, to check into this hostel. And then, of course, if he got the toothy smile and the eyebrows, baby, the eyebrows, what else do you need? I don't blame police being like, sir, where were you on the morning of such and such? Now, here's the thing. This is why I was going to play. This is also the other thing I was going to say. And I see you guys saying some of it in the conversation in the family chat over here. I'm just going to say it now. There's a possibility he could be a decoy. Now, hold up. No, don't get mad. Don't get mad. I'm just saying that's a possibility too. That's a very good possibility. Not even just a decoy, but a fan A fanboy. He could either be a decoy, all part of the system, just a pre-thought out type of thing. Maybe that's a wild theory, but it's still, but anything's possible now. Man, what's wild is a man took out another man, hit him in the back in broad daylight in the streets of Manhattan. That is insane. Okay, that's wild too. So we can leave all the wild speculations on the table, because if he's able to do that and get away with it, and he's been gone for how many days? Anything's possible. At this point, shoot, I'm about to just shove right on the edge of the table. Ancient aliens, man. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But the possibilities are endless here, right? So here's the thing. Either this is a decoy. This is somebody who's trying to throw off the scent. Throw off the scent of the real assailant. This could very well be the assailant. Or these are people who are fans that want to do the same thing. Fanboys, stans, if you will. People who want to mimic what the adjuster just did. Something to think about. At this point, anything is possible. Yes, Mad Mess. Yes, there are fans. Indeed. There are fans. Fans exist because they are doing look-alike contests in the middle of Washington Square Park, for crying out loud. People are literally putting tattoos on their bodies of this man's face. On their bodies. There are fans. And I'm telling you right now, I do believe that there could be a surge of copycats out here. That's why I say anybody who's a part of any health insurance companies or any type of conglomerates that have any type of controversy, I hope you are getting the security that you need, because I don't think this is over yet. I'm just saying that. But moving on, let's continue on though. Tom said, of course, we already know what happened here. So this happened about 280 miles from Altoona. This is where this man is, by this masked assailant who approached him from behind. So he opened fire at him around 6:45 a.m. Surveillance footage showed, before fleeing on foot and then on a bike into Central Park. Authorities said the last footage of the alleged assailant put him on a bus at a bus depot in Upper Manhattan, police said. Thompson's slaying sent shockwaves throughout the corporate and healthcare worlds, raising questions about appropriate security for top-level executives. This obviously this tragedy also exposed a deep, ugly resentment against private healthcare companies and social media feeds. Okay, as social media feeds were flooded with posts celebrating or at least justifying this particular slaying. So we got more. I'm looking at some things because, like I said, this is a lot of this is still very, very brand new information, but it is still interesting that you got the guys looking at this, the police looking at this particular person and saying, you know, he's got a pew pew with a suppressor on it. He's got a fake New Jersey ID. He closely matches what this guy looks like. And there are some people out here that actually do look a lot like this dude, clearly. There's plenty of doppelgangers out here in the world. But why would he have the same type of weapon, the same suppressor, the same fake New Jersey ID? That's weird, y'all. That's very weird. It's very thought-provoking. Let's just say that. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what they say from News Nation. Let's see what they got to say here. Let's rock and roll. Also, I see a bunch of y'all in here. I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. You guys could be spending it anywhere else. Do me that solid. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Just do it. Okay? I'm trying to give you that hot, fresh information right when it comes out the oven. All right. So hit that like button down below. Where are we at with the likes? Let's just start there first. Is it going to be sad? Yeah, it's sad. Oh, that's sad. Oh, guys, hit the like button. Damn. Let's get it to 800 likes. Get it to the, come on. 800 likes. A like don't cost a thing. It helps the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Crush that subscribe button, okay? Okay. So, moving on. I am checking homework. I ain't playing, man. I ain't playing, man. Okay? I am not playing. So, moving on. Let's play this.
We've got some more breaking news in the manhunt for the gunman that killed the UnitedHealthcare CEO, also in New York. Want to go to Caitlin Becker. She is live with the latest on this investigation. And now we're hearing they're questioning someone in Pennsylvania. What more can you share?
Yeah, Marnie, there is a person connected to this case being questioned out of a police department in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Now, Altoona PD was very careful to avoid saying whether or not this was the suspect, whether or not it was a person of interest, whether or not they believe it's the person in all of these photos that we have been seeing. But it is someone that is currently being questioned. To our knowledge, this is the first time anyone in this capacity has been questioned since the shooting happened.
Now, let me ask you guys something really quick before we let her continue. First off, why would they even entertain asking him any questions if they didn't believe he was closely connected to this whole thing in the first place? Sure, they're being cautious right now. They're not going to automatically go, "We got the man. Yep. Congratulate us. We got the man." No, I get it. But did not Mayor Eric Adams and police been saying since for a minute now that they have his name? They know what this man looks like. So why would they even waste their time chopping it up with some dude that was chilling at McDonald's that looked a little suspicious? Why would they waste their time? If he ain't the man, if he does not look suspicious or look like he has any connection to this, they're not going to waste their time. I'm just saying, just don't make no sense.
And
if there doesn't make sense, if they're just to do this for theatrics, like look at us doing our job, that's stupid too, in my opinion.
That's out of Altoona. Now, for people who don't know where Altoona is, Marnie, it's kind of in between Pittsburgh and Harrisburg. Is smack dab in the middle of Pennsylvania. It's nearly 300 miles.
It's also located right next to the Pickles in aisle 7. No, that wasn't funny because the Altoona, get it? No. I'm just here for the jokes. I'm just here for the jokes. Hello.
Oh. What?
Yeah, there it is. There's a sale in Altoona. You could find it in aisle 7. Altoona for sale. There's a blue sale for Altoona. Aisle 7. Also, there's a little Jack looking for his mother. Come to kiosk number 2. Thank you. Anyway, I'm done now. I'll stop that. Altoona.
Away from New York City. Now, again, to be specific, we do not know if they're questioning the suspect. However, what we do know is that the suspect is likely to have left the city the day of the murders out of the GW Bridge bus terminal. That's on 178th Street, all the way uptown in Manhattan. And there are buses that go out, Greyhound buses that go out of that terminal to Altoona. They went out on Wednesday of last week. So police have footage of him going into the bus terminal, but no footage of him going out. So the assumption there is that he boarded a bus at some point in that day and got out of the city. So there are Greyhounds that go there. We do know that Greyhound was the bus of choice to come into the city. The bus that he originated on came from Atlanta. It was a Greyhound. It came into Port Authority Station on November 24th. And then there was about a week there in between the time the suspect entered the city and the actual shooting, Marnie. Another update now, there are canine dogs and the scuba team back in Central Park behind me right here, searching for that murder weapon.
If that weapon is actually there. Let me just say this again, okay? In all seriousness, if the weapon is in his possession, I mean, unless he had more than one, maybe he had more than one. And maybe, like I said before, maybe he was after another target. Here's another piece of information I want to share with you that I just received. So I want to share this with you guys here really quick. More details revolving around why he was actually caught at this McDonald's. And again, it's just a person of interest. They have not said so far, unless something happens now, while our live is going on, they have not said anything about him being the actual guy. They have not said anything about him being a suspect. He is just a person of interest right now. But this is very weird. Let me explain to you here. Let me just read this because I'm seeing it here on my phone. So, a person of interest in the UnitedHealthcare CEO fatal unaliving, caught. But here's the interesting part: trying to use a fake ID at McDonald's. Hold on, though. Hold on. Why on God green earth? Why would he need to use a fake ID? Why would he need to use an ID at a McDonald's? Think about it. Instantly, I'm going, that's just dumb. So suddenly you walk over and you go, yeah, can I get a Big Mac? Yeah, you have to be 21 years old to get that because of all the cholesterol. It clogs up into your heart. So we now you have to be of age. You have an ID, sir? So he had to use an ID unless he used a credit card and maybe at the back of it, it says CID. Because I know some people still do that ish. Somebody just said he wrote a check. Ah! How much is the burger? How much is that burger? $1 to McDonald's. Why does that make me think of that movie, The Jerk? But anyway, you know that movie, The Jerk? Nobody? He has to write $1 check to every single person that ever bought the glasses that pinch like this onto the nose because everyone was going cross-eyed. The Jerk. Dude with the white hair. What's his name? Steve, whatever his face is. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know, Steve Martin. Thank you. Yes. Legendary movie. All right. Classic, messed up movie. Hilarious movie. Okay. Classic movie. But anyway, that instantly I'm thinking that $1 check to everybody. Oh my God. So this guy, why would he have to write a check to McDonald's? But why would he have to use an ID at McDonald's? Was he trying to buy a beer? McDonald's, I don't know any McDonald's that serves a beer. So why would he need to show a fake ID? So with all that laughing out of the way, think about this for a second. Unless he's a freaking decoy. Domestic pinup said a job interview. So he just shows up to a job interview looking like he do with a pew pew closely matching the one that was used to take out this CEO. And then on top of that, fake ID and the silencer. He's just like, F it, I'm bringing it all to the table. Okay. I'm a man that can handle a lot of pressure. I work very well under pressure. I make deadlines. Get it? And I tend to work in my own pace. Those are the pros, my strengths, if you're asking me that question. Thank you. Yeah, you'll be great for the fries and flipping burgers. So we just need your ID, your social security card, etc. Yeah, here you go. Plap, plap. Oh, wrong ID. I am so sorry. Oh, snap. Can I take that back? Here's the other one. Yeah, this says you're from Utah. You just pulled out a New Jersey ID, sir. Oh no, that was when do I start? Like it's just make that make sense. Why would he have that out? And why would he use a fake ID at a doggone McDonald's? Let's not forget too, if this guy was out here paying in cash, why would he still need to use a mother-loving fake ID at a McDonald's? Now, if those allegations are true, that's insane to me. Okay, yeah, Des, it's like that. I got a doppelganger. I got a twin. You see, he's like the evil twin, and yeah, he's from Jersey. He had me hold his ID from one night. We were hanging out and all that stuff. He kind of had no more room in his pockets, and his wallet was just filled. And he said, "Hey, can you hold on to this ID for me?" And I said, "Sure, bro. Say less. I got you, bro. We twins. We blood." And then I totally forgot to give it back to him. So I didn't mean to give that to you. You see, no, that's my twin. Yeah, we have the same name too, but it's all good. We have the same name. It's cool. It's totally normal. Totally normal. We got more information. Wait, what? Say what? Okay, so the man detained, I got to look this up. So the man detained in the McDonald's had a written manifesto. Come on. What? Come on, man. Come on. This man had a written manifesto on him. Stop it. Let me read this. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I swear to God. I swear to God. Hold on. Let me just see where this article's coming from, because I need to find this too. Dag nabbit. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Breaking news. So the man had a manifesto on him. Okay, this is 9 minutes old. He had everything on him. See, this has got to be the guy. Okay, unless this is like somebody just said Fight Club. It's kind of like Fight Club, maybe. Okay, his name is Robert Paulson, but it says here, all right, the man detained in the McDonald's had a written manifesto, according to two law enforcement officials. The handwritten manifesto found on the person of the man detained in Altoona criticized healthcare companies for putting profits above care, according to a senior law enforcement official. Can you email that to me? Oh my God, stop it already. This man got me perspiring. I'm getting that I was about to say no. I'm just kidding. I'm getting sweaty. You got to be kidding me, man. It's the man. It's got to be. Unless it's a fan. Unless it's a Stan fan, wannabe, copycat, a decoy, or anything of that sort. But you got to be kidding me. You really are trying to say, oh my damn, hold on. Let me, I need a, wow. Give me 2 seconds, guys, because this is just redonkulous. Oh, come on. This is stupid. I'm not. See, I love New York Times, but I hate it. They all have that paywall thing, like, oh, no. If you want to hear everything about it, you got to pay $9 a month. And it's like, I don't read your stuff every day, though, bro. I don't. Hold on, guys. Let me let her finish. Let me finish this. Let her cook. I'm going to pull up some more stuff. But they are now saying that there was, okay, one more time, breaking news. Breaking news. This just in. The man actually also had a handwritten manifesto expressing his anger towards the healthcare and insurance industries. So, either this guy is a copycat, he's a decoy, or this is the guy. How could you be there? I'm sorry. This is a level of dumb I've never seen before. I'm sorry. And you know, after muerte, after on the run for unaliving somebody, I'm not sitting there going, I really need a double cheeseburger right now. No. I don't. McDonald's is really ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, let me get out of here as fast as possible. But he was using his fake ID at a McDonald's. Then when he was detained, not only was he found with a weapon closely matching what was used, a silencer or, suppressor, and then also the fake ID, a New Jersey fake ID that was used, same type of fake ID that was used, New Jersey fake ID that was used to check into the hostel, and all that. But then put the little sprinkles on top of it, and what did we find? He had a manifesto, a handwritten manifesto saying down with the sickness. I'm hitting the button again because it just feels good. I told you this man is dumb. If this is this guy, this man dumb. This man's so dumb. I'm sorry. How dumb is he? He's so dumb, he used a fake ID at a McDonald's. That is a punchline. Why would you need a fake ID at a mother-loving McDonald's? It's not like there was like a bouncer at the front going, nope. Got to see an ID, sir. To get into a McDonald's? He's like, dude, they're kids like sliding down slides back there. That kid's 3. What are you talking about? I can't get into a McDonald's? Let me in, bro. I just need a food. You ain't pouring shots in there. A woman is breastfeeding right over there. What are you talking about? Let me in. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, God. If this is the guy, this is hilarious. SNL, call me. I will write this script for you for free. Okay? Let's go.
Weekend, the scuba divers were in the lake by the Central Park Boathouse and Bethesda Fountain. That is right near where the backpack that was ditched by the killer was recovered on Friday. So police and scuba teams have been doing an underwater grid search in the hopes that they can uncover this very kind of rare manual gun. It has a long barrel, a suppressor on the end, and they believe it was possibly tossed in the water. Now, they haven't indicated whether or not they have good reason to believe that, or if it's just because it's near where the backpack was ditched. Because you have to remember, Marnie, there are no security cameras in Central Park.
What was in the backpack? I know they uncovered some more peculiar evidence, Caitlin.
Peculiar is absolutely the word for it. The narrative of this story is being shaped in large part by the killer himself. Inside of this gray backpack, which looked like it was filled to the brim, was a jacket. It was a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and a bunch of Monopoly money. So fake play money was stuffed into this backpack. This indicating maybe that this has a lot to do with the insurance industry as to why this man was originally targeted. The bullet casings, the shell casings that were found on the scene, on the ground, when his body was recovered, they had words etched on them in permanent marker. Now, all of those bullet casings are being taken in for forensic evidence. The backpack is in for forensic evidence. That Monopoly money is being taken into forensic evidence. That's a lot of time and energy and resources to test each and every one of these things. So you have to wonder, is it sending a message? Is it a red herring? Is it trying to make sure that the police resources are tied up doing that and not perhaps searching for the guy? Is it maybe all three of those, Marnie?
Caitlin, the other thing is they've got images of his face. They've got video of him walking around. They have all of this other evidence, but they have not yet shared a name. Is that on purpose?
If, according to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, it is absolutely on purpose. The mayor told reporters yesterday on Sunday that they're aware of who this person is. They have a name. They know who their guy is. The net is tightening, but they didn't want to give him a heads up or a leg up that they were really onto him by releasing his name to the public. So it does seem that they have his name. And as you said, they have a lot of images of this person, even though most of them are in a mask. The two most recent images were taken from the back seat of a taxi cab, but you can see it's very distinct, very kind of groomed eyebrows. Those are something that stands out in all of these things, and I'm sure something that the facial recognition software has picked up. There are 15,000 police cameras here in the city, as well as individual security cameras.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find news.
Yeah. Of course, this is all still developing. This is old. This is an old video now. Okay. Because obviously there's been more information. Man, this thing, I'm laughing so hard. I'm sweating. Okay. Because if this is true, and if any of this is accurate, then this is one of the dumbest criminals, because he could have gotten away with this successfully if he just covered his tracks in the best way possible. But again, nothing has been confirmed as of yet. We don't know if they have their man or not. So here's some things that I want you to see, because this is the stuff that I was getting from, phones and all that. Of course, this is all breaking information. All right. This is all breaking news. And of course, I want to reiterate and remind you guys, please make sure you hit that like button down below. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it to 800 likes. All right. That would really, really mean a lot. I'm giving you guys the breaking news, and I'm sorry. This stuff is hilarious to me. Okay. Because if this is how he's getting brought to justice, yay, because I love dumb criminals. I love when criminals do dumb things. But again, I'm going, why would he ever need to use an ID at a McDonald's? I'm still curious about that, but we're going to move on from that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button if you're watching on these other platforms, please, and thank you. Okay. But okay, Namaste said, didn't Pascal say on yesterday if they really got a name though? Didn't say Pascal on yesterday. I think I know what you mean, but they said that they have a name. So I don't think that they would sit there and waste their time chopping it up with old dude if he's not the guy. They'd sit there and probably slap him with some things for possession of these particular things, depending on where, depending on the laws in the area that he was in and all that stuff. And I'm sure they would just, hold him for a little bit until they find out more information about him and all that. And then if he was nothing, then they would just, they would let him go. But the fact that they're still holding on to him is something. Also, on top of that is the manifesto. So again, you got the weapon, you got the suppressor, you got the fake ID, and you now have a manifesto that was found on him as well. That's insane. So we got some stuff here that I'm going to share with you guys. Okay. And I'm still giving you guys as much. No way. No way. Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I need to make this make sense. Hold on. Let me just say this really quick, guys. Apparently, there is a photo of somebody that is starting to circulate out here. Don't know if it is the person or not. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. I'm not showing it on here because I don't want to put somebody's name out here and face out here. So hold on. Yeah, so there's a few things that are not fully confirmed or not. Like I said, there are names. There's a name and a face that's circulating on Twitter right now as we speak. People are throwing it all over X right now, and I'm telling you right now, there is no confirmation that that particular person is the person that's being detained right now. I just want to make that abundantly clear. Okay? So, just saying that out loud. Let's continue on because, of course, that, like I said, all of this is still breaking. All of this is still developing. And, of course, everyone wants to be the first one to break the news and break the info and all that stuff, expose people. But we are not sloppy like that over here, putting somebody's name out there. And that could be a very innocent individual. And now their name is out here tied to something that they may not have anything to do with it. So until law enforcement actually puts out a name in a photo, we ain't going to do that. We ain't entertaining any of that BS. Okay. Just so you guys know. So here's what we know. All right. We already know about this whole thing. He's being held for questioning in connection with last week's unaliving of Brian Thompson. Okay. So 3 law enforcement officials briefed on the investigation. The man was identified based on a tip from someone who spotted him at about 9:15 a.m. this morning in a McDonald's restaurant in Altoona, Pennsylvania, one of the officials said. The man, who was detained at McDonald's, showed the police the same fake ID identification that the man believed to be the monster presented when he checked into a hostel on the Upper West Side of Manhattan on November 24th. By the way, yes, Tyler, it's a man, baby. Let's continue on, though, because everyone's like, oh, he trans. Nope. This is a man, baby. Okay. The man had a weapon, a silencer, and false identification cards similar to those they believe this assailant used in New York, according to one of the law enforcement officials and a person briefed on the investigation. The man is said to have been in possession of a weapon like the one used in this unaliving, possibly a so-called ghost weapon assembled from parts purchased online. Maybe that's the reason why I kept on misfiring. Maybe that's why. The suspect is in custody on local charges, the official said, possibly related to presenting the fake identification to the police. He has not been arrested or charged in connection to this tragedy, and the authorities have not yet released his name. Okay. When are they going to release his name? That's what I'd like to know. New York police investigators are traveling to Altoona in western Pennsylvania, about 280 miles from the city, according to one of the other law enforcement officials. The police have been looking for this assailant or for the assailant since Wednesday after the attack. Okay. They believe this monster left New York on a bus shortly after. The suspect, now in custody, arrived in Altoona on a Greyhound, but come on, y'all. Yeah, he got that. He got that gun on Temu. Stop it, okay? Let's move on, though. The suspect, now in custody, arrived in Altoona on a Greyhound bus. A senior law enforcement official said, Mr. Thompson's unaliver, monster, is also believed to have taken a Greyhound bus when he arrived in New York City 10 days before this tragedy. And of course, this is, This set off the manhunt looking for him and all that stuff. Now, we're going to go back to all that here in a second. But I wanted you guys to see what I read and got me weak. Because, of course, on his person was found a handwritten manifesto. So hold on. Let me go down a little bit further. All right. The man who was detained, this is 55 minutes ago. The man who was detained at McDonald's showed the police the same fake ID, the same New Jersey fake ID that the man believed to be the assailant presented when he checked into a hostel on the Upper East Side, or Upper West Side, I'm sorry, of Manhattan on November 24th. That was 55 minutes ago. 49 minutes ago, the man has been arrested in Altoona on local charges, possibly in connection with presenting false ID to the police. All right. And to be charged in New York, he would need to be extradited. All right. A little bit further up, the man detained in McDonald's in Altoona had what investigators believe was a ghost weapon, meaning it was put together with parts sold online. That matches the weapon believed to be used in this particular unaliving. The McDonald's arrest in Altoona echoed the arrest of Frank R. James, who in 2022 set off smoke grenades inside a crowded subway car in Brooklyn and pulled the trigger, injuring 10 people, and was also arrested at a McDonald's. After a 31-hour manhunt, James was caught when someone recognized him at one of the chain's outposts in Manhattan, mere miles from the crime scene. Miles from the crime scene. Moving on. This is again 29 minutes ago. The man detained in McDonald's had a written manifesto, according to 2 law enforcement officials. He had a written manifesto. The handwritten manifesto found on the person of the man detained in Altoona criticized healthcare companies for putting profits above care, according to a senior law enforcement official. Now, that is some crazy stuff. Something. We might have a name. So give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Oh, snap. Okay. Hold on. Let me write this down. Hold on, guys. All this is breaking stuff. I want to make sure. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. I got to look a thing up here really quick, guys. All right. I got to look something up, guys. So give me 2 seconds. I got a few things to look up here. All right. So 1 second, everybody. 1 second, please. Because there might be a name that has been dropped, but give me a second. I am going to play.
All right, the manhunt continues for the suspect who killed the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, Brian Thompson. The NYPD expanded their search to Atlanta, Georgia. CBS News senior coordinating producer on crime and public safety, Anna Schechter, is here with more on some breaking news. Anna, what can you tell us?
Hey, Liz. Well, an arrest has been made. A person of interest is being questioned in connection to the murder of the UnitedHealthcare CEO in Pennsylvania.
Okay, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I got something for you guys. I'm just getting everything done. Obviously this is all breaking news. I'm getting help from family and all that as well. So give me a second here. I got this. 2 seconds. All right.
He is being questioned right now by police. NYPD is on their way there. So this came in through a tip. The person being questioned also was in possession of a gun with a silencer. It's believed to be similar to the weapon used in the killing that was carried out on December 4th. Also in possession of a fake New Jersey driver's license. So that is what we know at this time. It's a very fluid, fast-moving situation, but it.
Obviously, there's a lot going on right now. I do have something I do want to share with you guys. A name has been revealed. I am trying to make sure that it is legitimate because, of course, there's a lot of people that are putting in their, people are throwing out names. But at the same time, this is probably the guy. Newsmax is literally putting out his name and saying that this is the guy. So I'm going to share this with y'all. We're gonna look at this as a family because this is knuckin' foots. But let's look at this. This is the guy right here. His name is Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione. Luigi. No, not Venezuelan. Not Venezuelan. Not Indian. Not black. He is Italian with a six-pack. Woo! Let's take a look at this. All right. So, says here, 7 years ago, I gave my high school senior speech on this topic. Today, I will be talking to you about the future, about topics ranging from conscious artificial intelligence to human immorality. Likely, you'll dismiss all this pretty quickly as interesting, but just science fiction. I don't know what this is, but this is what he pinned on his, I guess this is his Twitter or his X account. But there he is. And it looks like he's got something happened to his lower back, maybe right here, because he's got an X-ray over there. But oh my gosh, Nash is now immigrant Italian. Stop it. Okay, stop. This is also interesting. He's caught in Pennsylvania. And if I'm correct, if he got his master's and his bachelor's, or his bachelor's and master's at Penn State, maybe. Really interesting stuff, guys. Wow. Luigi. Oh, stop. Sunshine's like, let him go. He's hot. He's a millionaire. If this really is the guy. But hold on, because I got another photo for you guys. I got another one. We got another one. It's profile photo, but take a look. Take a look at that. Take a look at his face. Big smile. The eyebrows, though. Them eyebrows, though. I'm just saying. Yes, I agree, Pink Society. Okay, I don't even wish it on my worst enemy. All right, back pain is terrible. All right, it is absolutely terrible. But yeah, this is what okay, let me just say this too. Newsmax is the one that's putting out this name right now. Is it confirmed? I don't know. I need to look up a few more things just to make sure. But yeah, just because he's got a toothy smile and a six-pack does not garner him from receiving justice. All right, if this is really the guy, he went into the middle of the streets, pulled out a pew-pew, took a man's life, and then ran. And then was caught at McDonald's, which is very interesting. Because why would he be being caught at McDonald's? For real, though. That's interesting, man. Luigi. Oh my God. What was his doggone last name again? Luigi Mangione. Okay. Okay, I have it right. All right. I spelled it right. I'm just seeing if there's any breaking news of his name anywhere. Okay. But according to Newsmax, that's what they're putting out here. That's what they're putting out here. But let's take a look at his profile. Because this is his actual profile right here. Again, if this is, Newsmax is naming his name. Okay. Oh, University of Pennsylvania? Okay, Wolf. Thank you. If that's what it is. New York Times is reporting. I'm going to look that up here too shortly. But this is breaking news. Breaking news. Exclusively right here. All right? This is something interesting. Yeah, it looks like he went through back surgery maybe, or maybe he didn't go through back surgery. I don't know. But that is something that's very telling here. And maybe that's one of the reasons why he feels some type of way about health insurance. That could be it too. But there hasn't really been any confirmation of anything yet. But I am going to look at take a look at New York Times here in just a second. But moving on. All right. So blah blah blah. So yeah, I don't know if the future is going to be a utopia or dystopia, but it's unlikely to be anything in between. And it's just the normal range of possible states for the human race, constantly shifting, worse, better. Okay. Then, of course, he's got Andrew Huberman, smartphones and mental health. He reposted this. Peter Thiel, on many great startups being run by people suffering from a mild form of Asperger's. The anxious generation. I'm trying to see if there's anything in here that's just like blatantly saying like, how dare they, health insurance is trash, something. Very interesting stuff, guys. I'm gonna have to come back to this because I am quite curious about this. But that is very, very, very interesting. Yeah, no, I think that he had 4 forms of fake IDs. Yeah, apparently that's what they were saying in the New York Times post. Let's see the 2 new updates here. Yep, they are New York Times. It's official now. It is official. All right. So they're saying the man being questioned in Altoona in connection with the unaliving of Brian Thompson is Luigi Mangione. Okay. 26, according to 3 law enforcement officials. Mangione was who was detained at a McDonald's this morning, was carrying identification with his name on it, along with fake ID. One of the officials said he has not been charged in connection with this tragedy, but he had an ID that is connected to where the guy went in and got into that hostel in New York City. Mayor Eric Adams is expected to discuss the latest developments at a press conference at 12:30 our time, which we will be watching because that's in about 9 minutes, which had been scheduled before news broke out about this arrest. So he's, of course, going to address this and talk about it because he's going to be like, look, we got him. Vote for me. You know what I mean? So that's very, woo. Luigi, andiamo, buongiorno. Oh my God. Man has been arrested. Man, I gotta get this. I gotta change this title real quick. Bam. Fixing that with the quickness. Hold on. Mangione. So Italian man has been arrested. Now, some of you guys are like, "Oh no, this is all just trying to throw people off." Well, we'll see we'll see what that's all about. Oh yeah, I do have that. Let's not forget. So, if this is really true, Luigi's game is over. The only time I can use that ever in life. The only time I can use that right now that would be so fitting is right now. I'm going to do that again because that felt so good all the way down to the plums. Yeah, it's game over for Luigi. Yes. Oh, I love it. Let me see if there's any more updates here. Oh my gosh.
Brian Thompson, the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, was moments away this morning from walking into a New York City hotel to speak at a United.
That is old. I'm just seeing if there's any brand spanking new info just to see. Let's take a look.
We're going to begin with the manhunt for the suspect in the murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Killer still on the loose 6 days after the shooting. This morning, newly released images show the man just minutes after the shooting. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky starts us off. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. Detectives are optimistic they're closing in, but heading in now to a sixth day of searching. They still do not have an identity of the suspect or anyone in custody. This morning, video obtained by ABC News shows the killer waiting for Thompson moments before the shooting. Others pass by, and when the killer sees his mark, he runs across 54th Street and opens fire. The NYPD is hoping someone recognizes these latest images of the suspected shooter of UnitedHealthcare chief Brian Thompson. The suspect seen getting into a taxi about 20 minutes after the shooting, appearing to look right at the camera. By then, he had ditched the bicycle he was spotted riding into and out of Central Park, where NYPD divers spent the weekend searching a pond for clues. Police have yet to recover the bike or the murder weapon. The pond is near the spot where officers found what they think is the suspect's backpack. It contained a Tommy Hilfiger jacket and Monopoly money. Detectives are working to determine whether the play money was meant as some sort of statement.
It's some kind of statement, some kind of he's doing some messaging that has to be figured out. But that's not really what the immediacy is. The immediacy is I get him identified and arrested. That motive that might go to that, we'll figure that out later as we go along.
Hundreds of tips are pouring in, and thousands of police officers are cycling through a manhunt that is now nationwide.
The amount of detective work it took to put the pieces together, we feel comfortable. We're getting closer and closer.
The police built a timeline that begins 10 days prior to the shooting, November 24th, when they say the suspect arrived in New York by bus just after 10 p.m.
You know, James Franco, he kind of looks like his brother. It's like his brother, James Franco's brother. That's what I see. But his name is Luigi. You know, I got a few things I want to show you real quick, and shout out to you guys so much. Thank you so much for all sending me all of this stuff. There's a bunch of things to look at, so I want to share those things so we can look at them as a family. One is the different looks that he has. So something to look at. Obviously, the eyebrows. Take a good look at those eyebrows. Another thing, the smile in his nose. The smile and his nose. Look at that. Eyebrows, the smile, the nose. Then, of course, face covered up. Face covered up. Only seeing his eyebrows and his eyes, of course. It does make you wonder what makes this guy want to do something like, what gets him this riled up to make him do what he did? It's so bizarre. Some other photos, a few other photos. Some photos of him with friends. Seems like he has a good life. Some other information too. Hometown is Maryland. Studied at the University of Pennsylvania. Went to Gilman School. I guess that's a high school. Somebody said, Wicked said, Google him. Look at his tweets. Pretty obvious why. Yeah, let me try that, because this is very interesting stuff. Because I feel like that he would leave some sort of digital fingerprint, digital footprint. But actually, before I do that, let me see if I can get this, because of course there's going to be some sort of press conference. So I want to know where that press conference is going. Where's that going down? Hold on, let me see. There, Associated Press. All right. So apparently they're going to be starting in about 5 minutes. Let me just show you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Apparently that's going to be happening fairly soon, in about 5 minutes. But let me just, throw his name in the Google and see what it says. Let me see. Okay, what? I'm looking. I mean, I'm sure he actually gained 5 followers. That's interesting on his Twitter. But let's take a look a little bit. Let's take a look more into his Twitter. He literally just gained 5 followers. Literally. Just from the time we just talked about him, from the time we just looked at this for the first time to the time it started, the time we came back, he gained 5 followers. I'm sure he's going to get a lot more. Watch a lot of people try to support him and all that stuff too. But let me just dig down here and see if there's anything more. These are phenomenal. It took me years to learn on my own. I'm going to the gym for 10 years. Here are 50 things I wish I had known from the beginning. Membership is cheaper and more effective than antidepressants. I mean, that book is gone. I wonder where he's at. But I mean, look, just even looking at this photo right here, and then you see this photo. Yeah, it sounds like he's a smart guy. He's definitely a smart dude, but at the same time, he's definitely a thinker. That's exactly what I was just about to say. He is definitely a thinker, definitely a smart guy. But there's something about this. I mean, to be so angry to the point where he's like, I need to go and do this. What are your thoughts from this quote from this particular person? It is no measure of good health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. Oh, there we go. There's something. Those who feel strong aversion to adjusting to a maladjusted society are deemed mentally ill, alcoholics, substance abusers, or slackers. They are corralled into 12-step groups and or mental hospitals, or placed in on medication, or even just shunned, all in the attempt to make them conform and fit in, when what really needs to change is the society itself. Just as gun legislation will not end the senseless mass tragedies, because what we really need to do is stop generating psychopaths as a culture. Let me see what that is. Oh, and that's also deleted too. Yeah, I mean, to me, like I said, it seems like he's a smart guy, you know. But at the same time, I mean, just because you wicked smart doesn't mean that you just go out here and do something like this and think that that's just going to make everything better. And again, Adriana just said he sounds normal. Yeah, I mean, for what it is, it sounds like, from what we saw, we didn't go through everything. Okay, obviously there's a lot of tweets in there, but to me, it's like, all right, you can on paper come off as normal. Definitely, you could definitely do that. Piece of cake, easy peasy. But then when you put the phone down, when the lights are out, you're a completely different person. So sure, not everybody shows their mental health issues online. Not everybody does that. Not everybody does that. But he obviously feels some type of way about what's going on. This is very, very interesting stuff. I'm waiting for this press conference. It's supposed to be happening. It's supposed to already be happening. Hold on. Let me refresh this ish. Unless they just lie. Unless they just straight lying. Hold on. Let me see if there's another spot. Luigi. Okay, I'm done. Not trans. Regular guy. Regular guy. Regular guy. American. American. Big deal. Very big deals. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, they haven't started it yet. Dag nab. Check in. Let me see CNN. See if they're broadcasting it in. Oh.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
Nothing here. Let's see Fox. Still nothing. So I'm just going to wait for this to go. But I got some things, some super chats and members chats I want to get here too. So Wendy, thank you so much for being a member for the past 4 months. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you too. Hope you are doing well. Kimberly Japan, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership. I appreciate that. And for that person who just got gifted, please pay it forward, okay? Do the right thing, pay it forward. She just gave you some positivity, so pay that forward. Open the door for somebody, make somebody a cup of coffee, buy somebody a drink, whatever it may be. Just pay it forward, okay? Breezy, thank you so much for being a member. Per Steve Lookner, allegedly had Manifesto on him when he was taken into custody. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, Breezy, for that. But yes, now we know that, okay? I know a lot of these are old. But Jane Q. Public, thank you so much. Literally no one would keep Pew Pew and Manifesto. Maybe you would. Maybe you would. Person detained is Patsy. America deserves better psyops. You know what? I think that this is the guy. I really think this is the guy. Jane Q again, did he try to pay with monopoly money? If no, then not the guy. I think he's a very smart guy, but not really thinking thoroughly, especially after doing what he did. You never know. He might be feeling some type of way after doing what he did. Maybe fantasized about this for a long time, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, now it's true. It's a reality. I'm sure that's a hard thing to wrap around in your mind. Okay. I'm sure it's a hard one to do. Lynn, thank you so much for being a member. Appreciate it. He wanted the top shelf sauce. Yeah. No kidding. Okay. If, why would he have to show his ID at the McDonald's unless the cops go, hey, can you show us your ID? And he gave them the wrong thing. That would be interesting. Hold on. Let me refresh this. What's going on here? When is this supposed to happen? When is this supposed to bloody happen? Hold on. Before we continue on. No, this is an old one. Yeah, now everybody and their mama. Everybody and their mama's on going, oh, breaking news, he's been caught. Yep, he been caught. He got a lot of explaining to do. He most definitely do. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Hold on. We got a couple more super chats here while we wait because this press conference is. I'm sure Mayor Adams is trying to get all the information he can get because he's still, he's probably getting briefed on all the information right now, trying to get everybody together, so on and so forth. So that might be what's going on. S Dubs, thank you so much. So was his back in said photo the reason? So was his back in said photo the reason? Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm wondering too. Maybe something happened to him. Had a really bad accident. Maybe it was a sport injury of some sort, and then he had to pay out of pocket for those things. And he's just like, I can't believe, maybe that enraged him. And of course, the amount of money that kind of stuff it's not cheap. That's very possible. Okay. Yeah, he couldn't pay for it. Hit the like. Yes, don't forget to hit the like. There's a possibility. Caprice, thank you so much for sending me those photos. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We just checked those out. Black Skate, thank you so much. FYI's LinkedIn profile is still active. Oh, I bet it is. Black Skate, again, thank you so much. Don't know if you got my last super, but it's still active. Yes, I did get it. He had good jobs. I bet he did. Again, he does not seem like he's he doesn't seem like an idiot. So it looks like they're finally live.
We believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work of the greatest detectives in the world, and of course, the strong relationships we have with our local law enforcement partners. On every level, local, state, and federal, we all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead. For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras, and conducted aviation canvasses. And our detectives also went door to door, interviewing potential witnesses and doing the good old-fashioned police work that our investigators are famous for. This combination of old school detective work and new age technology is what led to this result today. And we must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning. I want to again extend my sympathies to Brian's family, his co-workers, and all who knew him. Finally, I want to thank the women and men of the NYPD, especially our Detective Bureau personnel, with a strong assist from our intelligence analysts. We also thank the SAC of the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division, Leslie Rodriguez-Bekshies. And I want to commend the staff of the Manhattan DA's office, and especially DA Alvin Bragg. He has been working with us 24/7 on this case, and I'm incredibly grateful for his partnership. I'll now pass it along to our great Chief of Detectives, Joe Kenny, who will provide additional information. Chief.
It's turned all the way up, guys.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. As the Commissioner stated earlier, a male was taken into custody today in Altoona, Pennsylvania this morning. He has been identified as Luigi Nicholas Mangione. He's a male, 26 years old. He was born and raised in Maryland. We know he has ties to San Francisco, California, and his last known address was Honolulu, Hawaii. He has no prior arrest history in New York. Members of the NYPD Detective Bureau are currently traveling to Pennsylvania with members of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to interview this subject. This case was brought to a successful conclusion based on the coordinated effort between numerous NYPD units, including the Intelligence and Counterterrorism Bureau, our federal partners at the FBI, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and of course, members of the Altoona Police Department in Pennsylvania. On Thursday, one day after this crime was committed, the NYPD released a photo of the shooter in this case. This picture was obtained by the NYPD during one of their extensive video canvasses. We took that photograph and we asked for the public's help in identifying this subject, and the public responded. Hundreds of tips began to pour into our hotline. Each tip was investigated thoroughly, and we began to release additional photographs as they came into our possession. The NYPD provided these photos to numerous media outlets. Local, national, and international outlets released the photo via television, print, social media, and online content. Luckily, a citizen in Pennsylvania recognized our subject and called local law enforcement. Members of the Altoona Police Department responded to the call, and based on their investigation, they notified the NYPD. This investigation is still active and ongoing. Thank you very much.
Questions?
I had a couple of questions about the document that he was found in possession with. Can you go a little bit more in depth about those motivations that you mentioned? Was that CEO specifically named in that document? Was there anything more about him wanting to go after others? And also in that document, was there any indication that explains us how the level of detail that he went into killing him? Like, is there anything?
Like I said, that document is currently in the possession of the Altoona Police Department as part of their investigation. But just from briefly speaking with them, we don't think that there's any specific threats to other people mentioned in that document. But it does seem that he has some ill will toward corporate America.
Chief, was the suspect wearing a mask at the time he was spotted in the McDonald's? And also, criminal cases often have a linchpin. Can you point to a single linchpin that helped crack this case?
There's numerous linchpins in this case, in the fact that we've recovered an enormous amount of forensic evidence, an enormous amount of video, and once again, with your help and the public's help. So I really couldn't put it on one thing, but if I had to, it would be the release of that photograph from the media.
You said he had a passport on him. Do you believe he was trying to flee the country? And also, are you still looking for any evidence in Central Park with regards to the bike?
We had divers in the water yesterday that came up negative results. The passport, we don't believe that he was planning on doing any traveling at this time. We don't think at this point in our investigation, we don't think he was trying to flee the country.
The person at the McDonald's, were they buying food? What were they doing at that exact moment?
It was an employee at the McDonald's.
But what was the suspect doing?
He was sitting there eating.
Will the suspect be brought back to New York and charged here? And when?
We're going to have to work that out with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He's going to be facing gun charges there. And at some point, we'll work out through extradition to bring him back to New York to face charges here, working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Anita from the New York Post. I was just hoping to get more details on the capture itself. Did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to cops? And we've also reported that he published online anti-health care industry rantings. Can you share with us some of the services that he posted on?
We're still working through his social media. We're going to do a complete scrub of that. Preliminarily, like I said, he seems that he has some ill will toward corporate America, but that will all come out as part of our investigation. We're not done here. We're still going to be putting this together. We're still going to be working very hard to bring this to a successful conclusion.
The capture itself, did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to police?
I don't have that information.
Sorry, can you elaborate on how he got there, the path he took from Port Authority and on the George Washington Bridge to Altoona, PA?
Same thing. This just happened this morning. We'll be backtracking his steps from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I was going to ask if we knew anything, if he took a bus to Philadelphia first and then somehow got to Altoona. But
We're still working on that. We're still working through that.
Is there any indication that anybody else was helping him from the inside, as far as tracking the CEO's movements?
Once again, we're still working this investigation very hard. It's not at its conclusion yet. That could come out during our investigation, but as of right now, we have no indication that took place.
Chief, did he have any weapons or anything like that with him when he was arrested?
He was in possession of a ghost gun that had the capability of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor.
Can you get into a little bit about the technical aspects of the investigation? I know you deployed an unprecedented amount of technology. You also activated the Sentry program through Intel. Can you talk about how that is going to play into actually building the case as far as cell phone and all of the other technical aspects of what you've done?
In this case, it really came down to technology was the use of drones in Central Park, and really comes down to the video canvas that we did. We used every source of video that we could collect, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours from hundreds of sources, and that helped bring this to where we are right now.
The gun is it believed to be the gun he used in the shooting? And there was some talk that it was a veterinarian type gun. Is that accurate?
No, as of right now, the information we're getting from Altoona is that the gun appears to be a ghost gun. May have been made on a 3D printer. The capability of firing a 9mm round, obviously that will come out during our ballistics testing.
Oliver? Yeah, Oliver Barnes from the Financial Times. Do you have any indication like how long this handwritten, is it a handwritten manifesto that you found on the suspect? And then also whether or not he put it online at all?
Don't know if it's online.
Don't know why that happened.
As of right now,
Okay.
It's a handwritten 3-page and Hawaii.
You knew him by name before today. Was his name on your radar?
Excuse me?
Was his name on your radar? Was he someone who you had been looking into before his arrest?
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Brent, okay. Does he have any prior arrests? I know there were none for New York City, but is there any prior arrests anywhere else in the country?
We have not come across any arrests in the country.
Chief, hi, how are you? On two things. On the ghost gun, is it something you're going to be looking into to see if he made it himself? And can he make that himself? Or would he have to buy the gun the way it was?
No, once again, that'll be part of our investigation as we follow up.
I mean, obviously he's going to face murder charges, but is there any chance that he could face any other charges because he was targeting the CEO and because of his writings and other things that we're now finding on him? Federal charges or
that determination will be made by Alvin Bragg.
Yes, what connections does he have in Pennsylvania that you know of? And are they in Altoona specifically?
We believe he attended college in Pennsylvania.
Does he know anybody in Pennsylvania?
Wouldn't be able to tell you that.
All right, we're going to take one more question on the shooting, Marla, and then we're going to go. Is there
What you talk about the manifesto having said things against corporations, but specifically UnitedHealthcare, and do you believe that Mangione acted alone?
We believe at this point, our investigation is leaning toward he was acting alone. So like I stated earlier, we're still working through the investigation. We're not stopping today. And as far as the manifesto, like I said, I don't have the complete details of that. It's in the possession of the Altoona Police Department.
Good job, Chief. Commissioner, Chief Manager. Again, great job by the New York City Police Department. Certain aspects of this investigation and the crime itself is something that we have been zeroing in on. Ghost guns. We have really talked about this since the beginning of the administration. They could be made on a 3D printer, and they are extremely dangerous, and we must do more on the federal level to clap down on the availability of ghost guns. And it just really leads into just the top headers of what we did last week and what we're doing this week. This week is all about public safety. Public safety, I've stated over and over again, is a prerequisite to our prosperity, and we're going to continue to make this city a safe city. It's the safest big city in America, but anytime you have a crime of this magnitude, it shocks us, and it really has a major impact on the perception of crime in this city. This crime has continued to go down. We're going to continue to do what's needed. Today, we announced an every block count initiative, and the blocks that we identified since October, they have not had one shooting or one shots fire job that came over. We're going to add that on to our community link operation that has resulted in over 1,000 operations and over 700 complaints resolved, nearly 16,000 summonses issued, and over 200 people placed in shelter. Our community link initiative is extremely important. It operates every day across the city, removing ghost cars, targeting illegal vendors, and addressing the everyday problems that make New Yorkers feel unsafe.
Okay. I feel like this is now going into kind of other things that have nothing to do with the actual, with this update, which again, I think is a very big deal. Again, they said that they found the weapon, they found the suppressor, they found clothing, including a mask that closely matched the things that he was wearing in these surveillance videos. They found the fake ID that was used at the hostel. They also found a written manifesto. What's interesting also, too, is that he was found, this was reported by an employee at the McDonald's. He was sitting in the McDonald's reading. So he was just chilling, reading a book in McDonald's, and somebody saw him and said, wow, he looks a lot like the dude that's all over the news in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He had the weapon on him. Again, like I said, he had the suppressor on him as well. Yeah, I'm sure he was eating. I mean, I don't think he was just sitting there just reading a book. But he was definitely eating, reading a book, doing his thing. Now, the other piece that I thought is interesting is that this may have been a 3D printed weapon. That's interesting, too. See, that's the other thing, too. So both of you guys, two people just said the same thing at the same time. Joanna and, similar said the same similar thing at the same time. Just for phone and Johanna basically saying, like, maybe he wanted to get caught. That's a possibility. He may have wanted to get caught because maybe he wants people to see his manifesto. Maybe he wants to, because if he gets arrested, alive, then he becomes a symbol. You got to remember, if he's really thinking, if his mind is really that warped, and that there's that much ego going on, he probably believes that he has created some sort of movement. So maybe he's sitting there going like, nah, let me sit down and eat this. Excuse me. Let me sit down and eat this double cheeseburger while I read this book. I'm going to change, I'm going to start the revolution while I'm behind bars. And maybe that's what he's trying to do right now by getting himself arrested, because he could have kept moving. But he stopped. Is there a specific reason why? Or was he just being dumb and got caught? You never know. Because to me, somebody else said this too. I think they said it in here. Well, somebody said it and I pointed at it because I said, clearly this is a guy who's book smart. He's a very smart guy, but maybe he doesn't have a whole lot of street smarts too. But maybe he has some delusions of grandeur and thinks that he's, trying to get this message out as far as it can go. And by him getting detained, by him going out there, being locked up, so on and so forth, it's like this level of martyrdom that makes him a symbol for whatever people that are looking at him and saying, oh, he did no wrong. Let him go. Because for a fact there's going to be people out here. I'm already seeing it in the chat that are people here. People are out here sitting there going like, let him go. He was doing the Lord's work type thing. So maybe in his mind, he thinks, let me get arrested. How convenient he has the manifesto on him. He still has all the smoking gun evidence on his person as well. From the fake ID to the manifesto to the smoking gun evidence, literal smoking gun evidence, like the ghost weapon that he had, that he used on Brian Thompson. He still had it on his person. He could have thrown that away. He had multiple opportunities to throw that away, and he didn't. So when he gets caught and he gets arrested and brought in, he has all those things on his person. Why do you think? Is it because he's straight up dumb? Or is it because he wants them to know without a shadow of a doubt that was him that did this job? You can't sit there and deny anything. If he's got the clothes, the manifesto, the pew pew, the suppressor, the coat, the mask, the fake IDs, you can't deny it. Can't fight it. Takes out all speculation. But I don't know. I lean on the side of, I think he's just dumb. He just made a stupid mistake. Got caught resting in a McDonald's. But, if you are wanted, you're not going to a McDonald's. It's wild. Black Skate, thank you so much. All I know is sis or homie at Mickey D's better get that check. Yeah. They're probably going to get that. They're probably going to get a big check. Oh, yeah. They're going to get that check. Cameron, thank you so much for the super sticker. Cameron, again, tech guy with a background in AI LinkedIn profile. Yep. But I saw that as well. Not on his LinkedIn profile, but I've been seeing on some of these reports about him. Okay. But again, thank you so much for the super stickers. Thank you so much, Mimi, for the super stickers. I really do appreciate it. But guys, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on all this? Okay. I think this is very, very wild. Okay. Again, let me see this. Yeah, they have named the man for sure. And he's a smart kid, ex Ivy League student and all that. There's something about this that just seems, what made him take that turn? What made him change his trajectory in life. It is quite, I am quite curious. And it could just literally be that he was just maybe the back surgery. If he had back surgery, maybe he was trying to get things taken care of and he believed those things should have been covered, but it wasn't covered by UnitedHealthcare. That could very well be what it is. And it just took him, it got him so angry. He went off the rails after that. And it did more deep diving. Maybe he read that book, that other book, and it emboldened him even more. You never know. Pretty interesting stuff, though. But man has been arrested. And, you know, as things develop, we're going to talk about it. But that's the show, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really means a lot. I got to hop off, unfortunately. All right. Time to hop off. But I will be back on because there's a lot of other things that are going on in other cases, and we got to talk about that. And if there's any more developing news about this one, we're going to talk about that for show very soon, okay? But again, my question is he smart or no? I think he's a dumb criminal. I think so. I think he's a very smart guy, but not a pro. Oh, before I say goodbye, let me just say this really quick too. I was right. Regular dude, ex-Ivy League student, smart as hell. But is he a professional? Is he a professional marksman? Is he a professional that runs out here and takes out people's lives? Is he a professional assassin? Is he? Okay, I'm going to say it right now. Oh no. He's not a professional. He's just a regular kid who's just mad and a little delusional in his head. Let's be real. He literally thinks I think he thinks in his mind he's a martyr. He's going to be idolized. He's going to be this symbol. Watch. He's thinking I'm a beacon now. Everyone loves me in these internet streets. Everyone wants to be me right now. Look at me. I'm telling you right now, that is not the sign of a pro. This is not the sign of a pro. So let me say this again. Yeah, I was right. Sorry, had to say it real quick. Cabrons. I'm right. I love being right sometimes. No, all the time. I love being right all the time. So anyway, back to it. That's the show. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. I'm sure there's going to be more information coming out as time goes on, and I am quite curious as to what this manifesto says. I am quite curious about that. I wonder if they're going to release that to the public. They may not want to. They may be scared, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, we will see what happens, though. Hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Don't forget to hit the follow button if you're watching on other platforms. Make sure you hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon. Check out my locals. Also, check out PascalMerch.com. I got that GoFundMe going on as well. It's linked to the top of the chat, and it's in the description box down below if you want to support. All right? I appreciate you guys. But one hell of a Monday already, and we still got more stories to tell. So it's time to get going. I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. Much love to you guys. Have a great, safe rest of your day. I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.